Kung ngayon, mag-relax ka muna, katropa. Halika dito sa Vermont 888 KTV Bar at maglibang, magsaya, at mag-alis ng stress sa buong maghapon. Kumanta, kumain, o magkape, o di kaya ay mag-unwind habang kinakanta o kinakantahan ka ng paborito mong awitin. Dito lang yan sa Marcos Highway, Barangay Mayamot, sa lungsod ng Antipolo at katabi lang ng Unioy Gas Station. Ano pa hinihintay mo, katropa? Takbo na! Mga milenyo, pagod ka na ba galing sa trabaho? At gutom na sa maghapong pagtatrabaho, pero wala kang pagkain sa bahay? Narito na ang sagot, mga katropa, ang Super Manok Lechon. Napapawi sa inyong gutom at siguradong mapapa-anirize ka dahil sa tender juicy na jumbo pa at siguradong malinis at bagong katay buhat sa farm. Kaya super masalasa at pangmasa pa. Ano pa hinihintay nyo, mga katropa? Takbo na sa Super Manok Panteño Siniluan at bumili na. Baka maabusan ka, katropa. Inaigting, pinalakas ang bagong news online TV ng bagong milenyo. Millennial Online TV, ang katropa mo sa pagbabalita. Nagbabasa ka pa ba ng dyaryo? O nakikinig ka pa ba ng radyo? Kung ngayon, lahat yan ay mapapakinggan nyo na sa inyong mga cellphone. Dahil online na tayo, mga kamilenyo, kaya manood, makinig, dito sa Millennial Online TV.
Rider, sumalpok sa
Kaya
poste ng
i-follow, like, subscribe, at i-share na, mga katropa.
God-loving men for country's sake, all with strength and might and energy, we dedicate fraternal love, service for the good of all humanity. Where eagles, the Philippine eagles, lasting peace, a noble nation. Where eagles, pursue all people, pillars of the nation. For brotherhood we work and serve, peace, equality, and unity. Faced with the zeal of human care, we will share our lives to keep our liberty. We're eagles, the Philippine eagles, lasting peace, a noble nation. We're eagles, friends to all people, pillars of the nation. Diyos at makakayan, nagbibigay nagkaisipan. Andong namin ay pagmamahalan, naglilingkod para sa sangkatauhan. Ang agila, Pinoy na agila, inaasam ay kapayapaan. Ang agila, Pinoy na agila, haligi ng ating bayan. Nag-aalay ng kapatiran, magkakaisa kapayapaan. Maglingkod sa kapwa aming nagika, buhay nilahandog ang maging malaya. Ang agila, Pinoy na agila, inaasam ay kapayapaan. Ang agila, Pinoy na agila, haligi ng ating bayan. Nag-aalay ng kapatiran, pagkakaisa kapayapaan. Maglikod sa kapwa aming nagika, buhay ihandog upang maging malaya.
Now, we are
Talakayin,
Biggest destruction of dangerous drugs worth 1.2
rebisahin,
billion.
opinyon, malawakin, aksyonan. Kasama si ROCEL LOPEZ, ang inyong katropa sa pagbabalita. Dito lang sa Millennial Online TV. Tutok na mga katropa!
Hi, this is Hilary Gadon. Nananawagan ako sa ating mga katropa, no? At mga kaibigan, mga kababayan, na palaging tumutok sa Millennial Online TV. At yan ay pinangunahan at yan ay pinangangasiwaan ng aking kaibigan na si ROCEL. At ang mga nanunood dyan ay hindi bobo!
Ayun, akala ko may sumabutahin na naman sa akin eh. Hindi ko pa pala nakakalabit yung aking gripo. Kaya pala no talk. Okay mga kaibigan, at magandang gabi sa inyo, no? At sa ating mga kuya ate, oras natin sa hudyat, alas 7:16 po ng gabi, Philippine Standard Time. At ayun, napanood natin yung ating online analista, no? Na nangharana kanina. At syempre po ngayon ay sa inyo naman ang programang Tropa na kahit medyo ginabi na tayo, ay talagang ganun. Dahil meron kaming importanteng nilakad kanina ni Kuya Mikey, nung aking sidekick. Eh, okay naman. Okay mga kaibigan, ngayon po ay araw ng Huwebes, samba po ng relihiyong Iglesia ni Cristo. At ngayon po ay ka-24 na ng buwan ng Nobyembre taong 2022. Nako! 6 na araw na lang pala, Kuya Mikey. At December na. Aba, pagka ganyan December, kailangan nag-iipon na. Nag-iipon na yung mga ninong at ninang ng pambigay sa kanilang mga inaanakis. Ay baka mamaya, bibigyan nyo ng bitones. Ika nga, bariya. Wag naman. Hindi natatanggapin ang inaanak nyo yan. Siyempre, millennials na tayo. Ngayon 20 nga, hindi na nga tinatanggap eh. Minimum ngayon 100 na. Kaya yung ako naman yung mga inaanak ko, nag-advise na ako sa inyo noon na magkita-kita na lang ho tayo ay sa mga bandang February na kasi December 20 pa lang aalis na ho ako pupunta ho ako ng Hong Kong. Meron ho akong aasikasuhin doon. Ang balik ko ho February na. Kaya yung mga inaanak ko, February na ho tayo nagkita-kita. Yung inaanak ni Kuya Michael, ewan ko kung saan niya pupuntahan. Sabihin niyo kung saan niya pupuntahan si Kuya Michael. Uy! Teka muna, magandang gabi ha. Nanonood sa atin si Kuya Alex Daniel, ang presidente po ng Manila Spines Eagles Club. Palakpakan mo nga, Kuya Mikey. Yan. Ayan, si Kuya Alex Daniel po, no? Yan ay kuya natin na nakatalaga po sa Manila Police District. Si Police Colonel Alex Daniel. Broadcaster din ba si Kuya Alex? Okay, isa rin ng broadcaster niya, si Kuya Alex, ha? Anong himpilan ngayon, Kuya Mikey? Oo, parang DWIC yata. Basta pwede nyo namang ipalo si Kuya Alex. Tungkol usapang pulis ho kasi yun. Siyempre, si Kuya Alex ay miyembro po ng ating PNP na naka-assign po dyan po sa Manila Police District. Kaya po, at the same time, broadcaster kasi talakayang pulis ang pinag-uusapan doon. Mga legalidad, mga justice procedure, kung anong dapat, yung mga tinatawag natin dyan, yung iba, yung warrantless arrest, di ba? So, yun po ang mga pinag-uusapan doon sa talakayang pulis. Siyempre po, sila nakakalam dyan, sila Kuya Alex, dahil sila ho ang pulis. No, tayo hindi. So, alam nila ang mga tamang proseso. No, yung po ang pinag-uusapan doon, yung panghuli, paano manghuli, di ba? At yung mga may nagre-reklamo, sinasagot po nila yan. Magandang gabi sa iyo, Kuya Alex Daniel. Welcome sa programang Tropa. At syempre mga kaibigan, ako po yung magiging kasama hanggang mamaya po, no? Hanggang mamaya alas 8 ng gabi. ROCEL Lopez, Kuya ROCEL na lang po. At syempre kasama natin sa technical side si Kuya Michael Samson na gumaling na, Kuya Alex. Yung binigyan mo siya ng gamot na agimat. Abay, panikain ng Monggol, loko. Hindi lang Monggol, bumabanat pa ng chicharong bulaklak. Ay, hindi pala pwede yun. Muslim nga pala. Basta yung mga munggo, mga sitaw, bumabanat na. Good evening sa iyo. Thank you po sa bati more power sa programa. Paki-announce po. Paki-announce po kasi ginaya po ang FB account ko. Uy, pag may manghingi po, hindi po totoo na manghingi ako. Ba? Ay, nako, teka ha. Mga kuya, ate, meron pong nanggaya ng FB account po ni Kuya Alex Daniel. Baka humamya, mag-chat po sa inyo, manghihingi po, hindi po yung totoo. Dahil never po nanghingi si Kuya Alex Daniel. Ang totoo po, siya pa nagbibigay. Baka mamaya, maisipan nyo na nag-text, akala nyo si Kuya Alex na magpapajikas ng ganito ng ganyan, hindi po totoo, wag po kayo maniniwala. Buti pa kung meron kayong contact number ni Kuya Alex, kontakin nyo na lang ho siya kung talaga siya yung nag-chat. Nako, ang sinasabi ko, bakit ba nagkakaganto si FB? Bakit ba si Meta sobra higpit mo? FB Meta, tapos nangyayari yung ganito sa aming mga account? Aba, hindi maganda yan Ayan po mga kaibigan malinaw po panawagan po natin hindi lamang sa mga ate at kuya sa lahat po in general na, no? Na baka mamaya kasi nga ginaya yung FB account ni Kuya Alex, baka manghingi po sa inyo at sinabing mag-chat-chat sa inyo nanghihingi, hindi po yung totoo at hindi po siya yun. Para sa lahat po yun, hindi lang sa mga miyembro po ng Philippine Eagles. Kahit sa ordinaryo, baka mamaya, o kahit sino mga negosyante dyan or what, baka mamaya may mag-chat sa inyo na ginaya ho yung FB account niya. Nako, dapat yan, Kuya Alex, ma-detect agad kung sino yung kumag na yan. Dapat yan maparusahan. Dapat yan ipakain sa hantik. Hindi tama yung ginagawa niya. Kaya mga kuya ate, malinaw Kaya kita nyo, nagagaya na ako kahit FB account. Baka ako akala nyo siya yun. Pati sa Gcash pati picture sa Gcash, nagagaya na rin Baka mamaya, meron nung mag-ano sa inyo at pakidala mo dito sa ganitong Gcash. Ay nako, wag po. Kung alam nyo po, contact number, kontakin nyo na muna at i-verify nyo kung totoo na siya yun. Kaya siya, Kuya Alex, lagi natin babanggitin yan sa araw-araw. Okay, so mga kaibigan, ang oras natin na alas 7:22 po ng gabi, Philippine Standard Time. Abay, alamin muna natin sa DOST PagAsa lagay na panahon para malaman natin kung meron mang bagyo sa mga susunod na 24 oras. Panoorin po natin.
Magandang umaga, ito ng ating update sa magiging tayo ng panahon sa susunod na 24 oras. Patuloy na umiiral itong Intertropical Convergence Zone o ang pagsasalubong ng hangin mula sa Northern at Southern Hemisphere sa malaking bahagi ng Mindanao. At ngayong umaga pa lamang may nararanasan na tayong thunderstorm activity sa ilang bahagi ng Mindanao, partikular na dito sa Zamboanga Peninsula at dito sa Palawan area. Kaya sa mga nabanggit na lugar, asahan natin itong mga panandalian at biglaang buhos ng ulan ay posible magpatuloy for the next 30 minutes to 2 hours. And beyond that, bago sumapit ang tanghali or early morning ay mawawalan ng mga pag-ulan na ito or posibleng mabawasan na. At makikita na nga natin dito sa ating satellite images na maninipis pa yung mga kaulapan or clear skies pa tayo sa nalalabing bahagi ng Mindanao at Visayas. Ngunit asahan natin na bago sumapit ang tanghali, magkakaroon na tayo or mamumuo na itong mga kaulapan na posibleng magdala ng mga kalat-kalat na pag-ulan, pagkulog at pagkidlat na dala ng ITCZ dito sa Eastern Visayas at sa Eastern Section o ang silangang bahagi ng Mindanao. Samantala dito sa Metro Manila at sa nalalabing bahagi ng ating bansa ay mainit at malinsangang panahon pa rin ang ating mararanasan. May tsansa pa rin tayo ng mga localized thunderstorms usually sa dakong hapon hanggang sa gabi. Sa kasalukuyan, wala rin tayong minomonitor o binabantayang low pressure area o sama ng panahon na maaaring makaapekto sa anumang bahagi ng ating bansa. Para naman sa magiging lagay ng ating panahon ngayong araw dito sa Luzon, buong Luzon makakaranas ng generally fair weather conditions. May tsansa pa rin tayo ng mga localized thunderstorms sa dakong hapon hanggang sa gabi. Agwat ng temperatura dito sa Lawag ngayong araw maglalaro mula 24 to 32 degrees Celsius. 17 to 24 degrees naman dito sa Baguio City at 23 to 32 degrees Celsius sa Tagaytay. Agwat ng temperatura sa Tagaytay ngayong araw maglalaro mula 22 to 31 degrees Celsius. 25 to 31 degrees naman dito sa Legazpi, 26 to 32 degrees Celsius sa Puerto Princesa at 26 to 32 degrees Celsius rin dito sa Kalayaan Islands. Sa Metro Manila, may kataasan pa rin itong daytime temperatures na posible nating maranasan at posible itong maglaro mula 24 to 32 degrees Celsius. Sa bahagi naman ng Kabisayaan at Mindanao, dahil nga sa patuloy na pag-iral nitong Intertropical Convergence Zone, asahan natin itong maulap na kalangitan na may makalat-kalat na pag-ulan, pagkulog at pagkidlat sa buong Eastern Visayas at sa ilang bahagi ng Caraga, partikular na dito sa Surigao del Norte, Surigao del Sur at Sidangat Islands. Asahan rin natin itong mga kaulapan na posibleng magdala ng kalat-kalat na thunderstorms sa silangang bahagi ng Davao Region, partikular na dito sa Davao Oriental area. Sa nalalabing bahagi naman ng Visayas at Mindanao, ngayong umaga wala pa tayo masyadong kaulapan, ngunit pagsapit ng tanghali or hapon, asahan natin itong mga kaulapan na posibleng magdala ng mga pulupulong pag-ulan na may pagkulog at pagkidlat sa nalalabing bahagi ng Visayas at Mindanao. Agwat ng temperatura sa Iloilo ngayong araw, maglalaro mula 26 to 31 degrees Celsius. 26 to 31 degrees rin dito sa Cebu at 25 to 30 degrees Celsius sa Tacloban. Agwat ng temperatura sa Cagayan de Oro ngayong araw, maglalaro mula 23 to 31 degrees Celsius. 24 to 33 degrees naman dito sa Davao at 24 to 33 degrees Celsius rin dito sa Zamboanga. Sa kalagayan naman ng ating karagatan, wala pa rin tayong nakataas na gale warning sa anumang baybayin ng ating kapuluan, kaya malayang makapalaot ang ating mga kababayang mangingisda at may mga maliliit na sasakyang pandagat. Iba yung pang-iingat pa rin kung meron tayong offshore thunderstorm activity o ito yung mga biglaang buhos ng ulan na dala ng thunderstorm sa ating mga dagat baybayin, kasi kung meron itong mga pag-ulan na ito, asahan natin itong paglakas ng hangin at posible kaakibat nito ang bahagyang pagtaas ng ating mga alon. Para naman sa ating 3-day extended weather outlook, dito sa Metro Manila, asahan natin magpapatuloy itong generally fair weather conditions simula Friday hanggang over the weekend. May tsansa pa rin tayo ng mga thunderstorms sa dakong hapon hanggang sa gabi. Agwat ng temperatura dito sa Metro Manila sa tatlong araw na ito, posible maglaro mula 24 to 32 degrees Celsius. Sa bahagi naman ng Baguio City, mula Friday hanggang over the weekend, asahan natin itong maaliwalas sa panahon. May tsansa pa rin tayo ng mga pulupulong pag-ulan or isolated rain showers na may pagkulog at pagkilat, usually from afternoon to evening. Agwat ang temperatura dito sa Baguio City sa 3 araw na ito, posible maglaro mula 16 to 24 degrees Celsius. Sa bahagi naman ng Legazpi City, for the next 3 days, saan natin generally malinsangang panahon, high daytime temperatures pa rin ating mararanasan, ngunit magdala pa rin tayo ng pananggalang sa ulan. Dahil inasan nga natin, simula hapon hanggang sa gabi, dito kadalasan namumuo ang mga kaulapan na nagdadala ng mga pulupulong pag-ulan o localized thunderstorms or isolated rain showers. Agwat ng temperatura dito sa Legazpi City sa 3 araw na ito, posibleng maglaro mula 24 to 32 degrees Celsius. Sa bahagi naman ng Metro Cebu at sa malaking bahagi pa ng Visayas over the weekend, from Friday to Saturday, asahan natin mostly cloudy skies tayo dahil posibleng tumaas or umangat ng bahagya itong axis ng ating intertropical convergence zones. Asahan natin sa mga susunod na araw, posibleng tumaas ang axis ng ITCZ. So, posibleng magdala ito ng mga pag-ulan starting tanghali and posibleng magpatuloy-tuloy hanggang sa gabi. Agwat ang temperatura dito sa Cebu sa 3 araw na ito, posibleng maglaro mula 24 to 32 degrees Celsius. Sa bahagi naman ng Metro Davao, bukas araw ng Biyernes, asahan natin na dahil sa patuloy na pag-iral itong ITCZ, itong mga maulap ng kalangitan na may mga kalat-kalat na pag-ulan, pagkulog at pagkilat, kaya maghanda tayo sa mga banta ng biglaang pagbaha or pagguho ng lupa. Posible rin itong pag-apaw ng mga ilog at talampasigan, lalong-lalo na kung tuloy-tuloy ang mga pag-ulan na ating mararanasan. And improving weather na tayo pagsapit ng weekend dito sa Davao, may chance pa rin tayo ng mga thunderstorms sa hapon hanggang sa gabi. Agwat ng temperatura dito sa Metro Davao sa 3 araw na ito, posible maglaro mula 24 to 33 degrees Celsius. Ang haring araw dito sa Kamaynilaan ay sisikat mamayang 6:01 ng umaga at lulubog naman mamaya sa ganap na 5:24 ng hapon. Para sa karagdagang impormasyon tungkol sa ulat panahon, lalong-lalo na sa ating mga thunderstorm at rainfall advisories, ay follow kami sa aming Facebook at Twitter accounts at DUST_PagAsa. Mag-subscribe na rin kayo sa aming YouTube channel sa DUST PagAsa Weather Report at palaging bisitahin ang aming official website sa bagong.pagasa.dust.gov.ph. At yan lamang po ang latest mula dito sa PagAsa Weather Forecasting Center. Magandang umaga sa ating lahat. Ako po si Dan Villamin, nag-uulat.
Ayun, maraming salamat sa iyo, katropang Dan Villamil, ang ating isa sa katropang weather specialist po ng DOST PagAsa. Okay. At tuloy-tuloy po tayo mga kaibigan sa oras na alas 7:31 po ng gabi Philippine Standard Time. At bago tayo magpatuloy, abay sabi ni Eagle Darius Mariano, binabati niya po ng happy birthday si Kuya Rodrex Sarves. So, tama ba? Sabres. Ha? Serbas, Kuya Darius. Ha? Si Kuya Rodrex Bong Sarves. Ayan, mabuhay ka daw hanggang gusto mo. Ha? At syempre po, babatiin natin itong pinakukuha ni Kuya Alex Daniel ng happy birthday, Kuya Eagles Eye Connect, ngayong November 24. Una si Kuya Ernesto Buenviaje, FB account name, Nes Buenviaje, Eagles Club. Location region, Matatag, Matikas, Eagles Club, NCR7. At saka si Kuya Drigel Rod Flores. At ng United Supreme Bravo Eagles Club, Region CLR8. At syempre si Kuya, yun, nabati ko na, no? Tama, CLR8. Si Kuya Edison Lotilla at ng Northern Luzon, Region 10. Ayan, happy birthday din sa iyo. At si Ate Laurian Bantiling. Ayan, ang kanya pong FB account ay Laurie Bantiling. At siya po ay miyembro ng BGC, Southern Tagalog Lady Eagles Club, NCR21. Ayan, magandang happy birthday po sa inyo lahat. At ang pagbati po ay buhat kay Kuya Alex Daniel at Eagles I-Connect Officers. Ayan, magandang palakpakan mo nga, Mikey. Happy birthday sa inyo. Siyempre, binabati natin ang CLR 45. Bang, bang, bang! Yan po ang aming region, Central Luzon Region 45. Siyempre po sa pangunguna ng aming mga opisyal, aming mga opisyal na siyempre si Governor Rafael Agkawili at Vice Governor Edwin Salve. Ayan, magandang gabi sa iyo, Vice Gov. At welcome sa programang Tropa. At hindi lang yan, siyempre po lahat ng mga club officers din. Sina Kuya Chito, Kuya Leo, Kuya Bern. At siyempre po inyong lingkod. At magandang gabi rin kay Ate Janessa Empal. Ayan, nanonood. Good evening sa iyo, Ate. Ate Jane. At sabi ni Ate Janessa, hi Kuya Pres and Kuya Mikey. Driving earlier. Magandang gabi. Uy, ingat ha. Ingat sa pagdadrive ha, Ma'am Janessa. At si Kuya Jonas Mariano ng Vermont 888. Diyan po sa may Antipolo Rizal. Abay, magandang gabi sa iyo, Kuya Jonas. Napanood mo ba yung iyong plugging commercial? Kita mo naman, ha? At si Alberto Manambay, shoutout daw sa lahat ng pakiheart sa mismong picture and share po ng anak ko sa timeline ko po. School competition. Maraming salamat po. O ayun daw po, paki-shoutout po sa mga lahat ng paki-heart doon sa niyang mismong picture. Ha? Ayun, na-share na raw Kuya Alberto ni Mikey. At si Kuya Ambin, ayun, nanonood pa rin. Maraming salamat nga pala. Si Ambin Raneses ay isang kuya rin na on the house kanina. Pumasyal po dito sa aming sa studio, dito sa Millennial Online TV. Konting kwentuhan, kumain ng pizza. Aba, nagdala po ng pizza sa Damakmak. Hindi na namin maubos ni Mikey. Anyway, maraming salamat Kuya Ambin. At sana huwag ka madadala sa ulitin, ha? Sabi ni Mikey. At sabi pa, mapagpalang gabi Kuya Pres at Kuya Mikey. Happy birthday din po kay Kuya Rodriguez Sarves. Ayun, happy birthday na siya Kuya Rodriguez. Miko, pwede ka naman magpalalamog dito sa studio para matikman naman namin yung barbecue mong pinagmamalaki. Yung walang kamatayang barbecue mo, Kuya Rodriguez. At sabi pa ni Kuya Alberto Manambay, United Mikey Shai Samson, ito po yung page. Kabay Anglan Elementary School, Rapunzel character po, yung heart at share po. Salamat. Okay na raw, Kuya Alberto, dan. Ayun, sabi pa ni Kuya Edwin, speak up, Kuya Pres. Those who cannot speak up for themselves, more power. Aba, palakpakan mo nga si Vice. CLR 45, siyempre. Yan po ang aming Vice Governor. Kita nyo naman, yan po isang intelihente at jack of all trade. Kaya idol ko rin yan, si Vice Gov Edwin. At si Kuya Amben, sabi pa niya, more power sa programa. Minsan, kape muna tayo sa labas. Siya isa na, may sundo kanina. Walang problema yung Kuya Amben. Siyempre, unahin mo yung iyong hobby. Pagka hindi mo yung sinundo, ikaw rin. Walang tabi. Hindi ka tatabi. At si Kuya Angelito Kudarat Nonok, happy po sa lahat ng kuya at ate. Good evening po sa kay Kuya Eagle Alex Daniel from NCR 35, Bagani Eagles Club. Palakpakan mo nga yung Bagani Eagles Club. At sabi pa ni Kuya Darius Mariano, happy anniversary sa aking mother, Club Dragon Maharlikan Eagles Club, under Western Luzon Region, Governor Datu Agkawili. Ba ano kaya ni Governor Rafael Agkawili to? Ayan pala, mother club mo. Ba't napunta ka doon sa isang club, Kuya Darius? Tapos sabi mo sa akin, umalis ka na sa dictator. Ba't nagpunta ka sa dictator? Diyan ka pa lang mother unit mo, mother club mo. Sabi pa ni Kuya Ambin, wala po anuman, Kuya, susunod, pulutan at kanina. Ay, hindi naman kami umiinom ni Mikey. Kaya huwag ka ng mga has kung iinom. Eh, sila na lang yun doon sa kabilang club. Meron puro inom ang gusto ron eh. Doon araw-araw yata umiinom. Ewan ko lang kung may pang-inom. Baka mamaya sasabihin, Gcash. At si Kuya Alex Puentes, nanonood. Magandang gabi siya, Kuya Alex. Ng Dipolog City. Magandang gabi. Ayan po. Okay mga kaibigan, at kanina po, meron kami pinuntahan ni Kuya Mikey na ito po abiso ko lang doon sa mga wala pang booster shot ng vaccine about sa COVID. Abay may pinuntahan po kami, ang sinasaksak po ay mga extended. Pag sinabi yung extended, it means expired. Mahirap po. Medyo, Ito, panoorin niyo po at pakinggan pala yung aming naging conversation ng isang health officer sa Malabon City Hall. Panoorin niyo po. Pakinggan niyo po. Paano pag magpapa-booster?
Booster po kayo?
Oo, kung magpapapano proseso.
Ano po, vaccine card niyo sir, dala niyo?
Oo.
Pangilang booster na po? Pangilang booster niyo na? Pangalawa na ba? O una pa lang?
Hindi. Dalawa na ako eh.
First booster pa lang?
Hindi.
Naka-second booster na kayo, sir. Wala pa pong pangatlo.
Wala pa pangatlo?
Okay na po yan. Wala pa po
Ikaw, nakailan ka na ba? Nakailan ka na? Dalawa rin.
Wala pa
Pag booster kayo, bago?
po.
Bago ka akong inaano nyo? Kasi yung mother ko eh.
Ano po, first and second booster.
Oo nga, bago ang sinasaksak nyo?
Opo.
Hindi extended?
Extended.
Ito expired yun
Hindi po, ano naman po ng DOH?
na pwede pa yun? Kasi mother ko pa sasaksak ako, senior yun eh.
Opo.
Walang kaso yung extended?
Hindi naman po i-release ng DOH yun.
Hindi, pero expired.
Extended pa rin.
Bakit hanggang ilan ba extended doon? May taon ba?
Wala naman po. Hindi po taon.
Oo, hindi
Usually
kasi
po.
di ba nakakatakot yun? Isasaksak yung extended.
Usually 3 months po ang shelf ng
Hindi, kailan pa yung gamot na yun?
Ay, iba na po iba pong, opo, same yung gamot, pero magkaiba po ng,
Walang kaso yung extended ha? Yung dadaling ko mother ko. Sige. Brad! Ano? Ito ang matikas dito ngayon.
Hindi na namamanhin eh.
Sino ang chip na yun? Kaya yun?
Si Gina.
Sino?
Gina Mihares.
Gina? Mihares? Saan galing? Tao ni Mayora?
Si Kanyata nakakakilala dyan, si Admin.
Sino?
Si Admin.
Kumusta? Okay naman.
So, pero okay naman yan. Kasi galing kasi sa private, kaya mahirap makapag-adjust eh.
Private galing? Dapat ang kukunin ni Mayora, galing din sa media. PIO eh. Diba yan? Okay mga kaibigan, nagkatid po yan sa atin sa oras na alas 7:42 po ng gabi, Philippine Standard Time. Napakinggan niyo po Sinabi po ng health officer daw, yung nagsasaksak mismo, na yun daw mga vials ng pang-COVID na yon ay extended, no? So it means expired po. Pero pinipilit niya, meron daw blessing ng Department of Health. Abay, mahirap po yung ganon. Kapag expired na ganyan, yan lang iniinom natin. Pag expired na, mahirap Yan pang isasaksak po, papasok sa katawan natin. Yung po magpapabakuna, abay mag-ingat po kayo. Tanungin niyo po yung mga vaccinator, no? Kung yung po isasaksak nila ay bago ba? Or pag sinabing extended po, it means ay expired. Mahirap po yan, mga kaibigan. At sabi pa ni Kuya Alberto Manambay, magandang gabi, Kuya Unified Mikey Shai Samson at Kuya ROCEL Benjo. Kuya ROCEL Benjo Lopez. Salamat sa pagbasa ng message ko, pataga Davao del Norte po ako. Maraming salamat sa pag-share ninyo sa anak ko po. O naman, Kuya, walang problema yun. No worries. Abay, siyempre, Junakis mo yan, anak mo yan. Dapat lang, maging proud, kailangan ipagmalaki natin. O yung di pa mga nag-ahata, yung mga nag-share nyo po, ha? Yung anak ni Kuya Alberto Manambay. Okay, ha? Alas 7:43 na. Nako, ha? Yung mga nababaksin, magpapabaksin pa lang, abay, medyo ingat po kayo. Tulad nung sinabi ko sa inyo, ha? Nako, mahirap. Mga mamya, yun nga ho, expired. Mahirap po yun. Okay, doko mga kaibigan, ngayon naman panoorin natin yung ginawang press briefing ng Palasyo ng Malacanang, no? Tungkol sa mga ilang katanungan ng mga kasama natin sa media about sa mga gabinete, o ano pa man. At karugtong yan ay yung ginawang about sa mga technology, science technology na pinangunahan din ni Pangulong Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos. Panoorin po natin.
Okay, good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Sir, first question, Maricel Halili of
Yeah.
TV5.
Hi sir, magandang hapon po.
Good afternoon.
Sir, ano po ang plano ninyo sa Department of Finance? Because there are talks that there might be changes in leadership. Lumabas po yung pangalan ni Congressman Salceda. Gaano po ito katotoo, sir?
Fake news.
Sir, does it...
I don't know where it comes from. Why would I do that? We've assembled a great team. We're trying to go down a certain direction. It's a very, very poor time to, as they say, change horses in midstream. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Ian Cruz from GMA7.
Hi sir, good afternoon po.
Good afternoon.
Sir, nasuspend po ng 6 months si Benny Antiporda ng NIA.
Yeah.
So, dahil po ito sa mga reklamong administratibo ng kanyang mga tauhan,
Yeah.
ano pong plano niyo sa NIA? Sino pong mag-head nito? At makaka-apekto po ba ito sa food security program ng administration?
There are enough people there in the NIA who know what to do. In fact, I'm meeting them after this. So, make sure that yung function ng NIA ay tuloy-tuloy. We have to find out what happened to Benny and see what really is the situation there. Why Ombudsman Martires suspended him. So it happened all when I was away. So I've asked them to give me the background on what happened. Yeah, but the function of the NIA is not going to change. In fact, I suppose parang if there was that conflict inside the agency, baka ngayon na wala yan, baka mas gumanda pa ang takbo.
Sir, last question from Lethner Ciso, DCRH.
Good afternoon, Mr. President.
Good afternoon.
Sir, there was a recent incident near PagAsa Island wherein China Coast Guard seized a rocket debris from Philippine Navy. What will be your directive regarding this? Are we going to send a note verbal to China as recommended by Secretary Clarita Carlos?
Yes, I think that's what we need to do because when it was first reported to me by the Chief of Staff, I asked him to immediately call the military attaché in the Chinese embassy and to get a report. And hindi nagtugma yung report ng Philippine Navy at saka yung report na galing sa China. Because the word forcibly was used in the Philippine Navy report, and that was not the characterization in the Chinese Navy report or the report coming from China. So we have to resolve this issue. Of course, I have complete trust in our Navy, and if this is what they say happened, I can only believe that is what happened. So we have to now ask the Chinese, why is it that their account is so different, and it's much more benign. So we use that word because the word forcibly na nga was used at least in the initial reports of the Philippine Navy. So we'll have to find a way to resolve this. This is one of the things, this kind of incidents are some of the things that I'm glad that I am going to Beijing early January, because these are the things that we need to work out, because with the way that the region, our region, Asia Pacific, is heating up, baka may magkamali lang, may mistake, may misunderstanding, then lalaki yung sunog. So we don't want that to happen. So we want to have a mechanism na we have to find a way na hindi na mangyari yun, na wala tayong incident na ganyan.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the Republic of the Philippines, His Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. President of the Republic of the Philippines, His Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. Welcome, Mr. President. We may now be seated. Thank you. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Career Executive Service Board's, or CESB's, 49th founding anniversary and the CES Lifelong Learning for Leadership Congress 2022. To begin our program, we have Attorney Carlo Alexei Nograles, Chairperson of the Civil Service Commission and Career Executive Board, to give his welcome message.
His Excellency, Honorable President Ferdinand Bongbong Romualdez Marcos Jr., sir, members of the Career Executive Service Board, CESB Secretariat, agency heads, career executives from various national government agencies and public corporations from all over the country, distinguished guests, subject matter experts, mga kapwa kong lingkod bayan, isang magandang araw po sa ating lahat. Maayong adlaw kanatong tanan. Sampu ng bumubuo ng Komisyon sa Serbisyo Sibil, amin ang karangalan na maging bahagi ng kongresong ito. As we come together and celebrate 49 years of efficient and dedicated public service to the Filipino people. On a personal note, today is another milestone for me as I get to address the country's career executives as chairperson of the Civil Service Commission and as chair of the Career Executive Service Board. And this is my first CES Lifelong Learning for Leadership Congress in both capacities. But as everyone in this hall will attest to, with hard work and solid vision, anything is possible. The past almost 3 years of unprecedented and multifaceted challenges brought about by the pandemic solidified this common belief. Even as we felt discouraged, confused, and uncertain at times during the COVID-19 pandemic, through creativity, innovation, and our unwavering desire to serve, the Career Executive Service Board and the CSC remained resilient and even achieved milestones in public service, and we will only get better from here. For this year's CESCON, our theme, Rebound CES, Bounce Back Better, perfectly encapsulates what we aim to do in the months and years to follow, guided by our commitment to build a better and more resilient nation and our knowledge that we can accomplish what we set our minds to, no matter what lies ahead. We will undoubtedly bounce back better and stronger than ever before. In that process of rebouncing, career executives must inspire and encourage reforms and innovations in the bureaucracy that will lead to better governance systems for the Filipinos. And through our fervent will to be excellent leaders, we must be able to come up with projects and plans that directly address the people's needs. The CSC and the CESB are partners in realizing this vision of building a better nation with our respective mandates to establish a career service and adopt measures to promote morale, efficiency, integrity, responsiveness, progressiveness, and courtesy in the civil service. To strengthen the merit and reward system, to integrate all human resource development programs for all levels and ranks, and institutionalize a management climate conducive to public accountability. We are tasked to develop a high-performing and efficient civil service system for our 1.8 million Lingkod Bayanis, who are the driving force behind the achievement of peace and security, economic stability, and social equality in the country. Our participants here, led by no less than the President, Bongbong Marcos, the career service executives are all visionaries. And in our goal to bounce back better as a nation, visionaries are, of course, vital. Our insight and our abilities to create and imagine have kept us afloat and triumphant despite adversity. And through our vision and the vision of President Bongbong Marcos, our shared vision, complemented by our collective action, we can pave the way for our nation to move forward. And since our goal for this year's CESCON is to be more than what we are now, we must push ourselves to be better. And the first step to attaining this is by continuously transforming ourselves as individuals in public service. Since everything begins with the self, let us look within ourselves and work on what we can change and improve as civil servants. Together, the better individuals that we become, the better organizations we will create. And likewise, in this year's CESCON, it is important that we reflect. While we are aware of our strengths, having survived and thrived in even the harrowing years of the pandemic, we must use that experience to re-examine ourselves, our work ethics, our values, our processes, our projects, our activities, and think about how we can improve these even more. We must focus on learning and development in capacity-building initiatives that would enable our government workforce to rapidly and effectively respond to the ever-evolving changes in time. Aligned to this, we must look to the implementation of strategic performance management systems, or SPMS, while also recognizing the need to recalibrate work targets, work outputs, affecting performance appraisal systems due to the pandemic. The CSC allowed agencies to draw up their recalibrated parameters and performance standards to reflect upon the prevailing conditions, and I believe that most of our career executives here played a vital and important role to implement these in your respective organizations. Finally, we must always welcome change. We know that with the new leadership, with a new president at the helm, comes many opportunities to reshape what we have become accustomed to, and to introduce new methods, ideas, technologies that can revolutionize our current processes in the public service. Becoming better entails that we will have to take risks. And I hope that at this conference, we are able to reflect on what other changes must still be done to pave the way forward for us and for our clientele, the Filipino people. Among the changes that the President spoke to me about, and one that the CSC strongly advocates for, is the digital transformation of the Philippine bureaucracy. We have to apply the lessons that we learned in the past 3 years to improve our processes and our services to give more efficient, seamless, and responsive services to our stakeholders. And I encourage our CESOs and CESES here to be champions of digital transformation and lead our government workers on future-proofing our public service delivery. For our part, rest assured the CSC will endeavor to be the precursor of an agile, resilient, and future-ready government office. To our CESOs, let me remind you that the highest standard should always be surpassed. I trust that even as we think that we have achieved the very best, there is always room to do more, and we must strive to be better. I trust that your professionalism, your integrity, tenacity, and zeal will bring our quality of governance to greater heights with the leadership of President Bongbong Marcos. So, to the organizers of the 2022 CESCON and the Career Executive Service Board, thank you very much for your support. To the President, to us in the CSC, and let us continue our solid partnership guided by our shared vision of better governance and service delivery that will impact the lives of more than 100 million Filipino people. It is my hope that we learn fresh ideas and welcome new perspectives at this CESCON 2022 that will lead to more transformations inside and outside our respective organizations. And I challenge each and every one of you here to give your all in this year's CESCON, to relearn, to gain new knowledge that will aid in our vision to bounce back better and to build a better and brighter future for the Philippines. And this is what our country and fellow Filipinos deserve. Isang karangalan ang maglingkod sa bayan, kaya taas noo, seso. Daghang salamat, mabuhay po kayo, at mabuhay ang serbisyo publiko.
Thank you very much for that welcome message, Chairperson Nograles. And now, to give her message and to highlight the history of CES, we have the Career Executive Service Board's Executive Director, Ms. Maria Marcy Cosare Ballesteros.
His Excellency, President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., the honorable members and chairperson of the CS Governing Board, my fellow government workers, good afternoon. Welcome to the 2022 CES Congress. On behalf of the CS Governing Board and the CS community, I wish to express my deepest gratitude to His Excellency President Bongbong Marcos for the honor of your presence in this national CES Congress. Indeed, an answered prayer that at the beginning of your administration, you would meet the CES community and the CESB as an institution that was built and established by your father. We would also like to thank you, His Excellency, for the recent appointment of 3 new members of the CS Governing Board, which now have a quorum. For the past 49 years, the CES has been a quiet pillar of governance, working hand in hand with political leaders of this country, and the CESB has stayed true to its mandate of ensuring stability and continuity in governance amidst political transitions. As I wish not to forbid the CS community of the President's wisdom and direction, once again, thank you, His Excellency, for this breath of new hope. To the CS community, your presence here today is a manifestation of your commitment to a professional executive level of the bureaucracy. In turn, sir, we shall not be passive recipient of your generosity, but a true ally in achieving our common vision and goals for this country. Sir, we heard your call to put our shoulders on the wheel, and rest assured that we shall give our best for that wheel to have a faster turn, to build and to address challenges in new ways as you lead us to. As we are gathered here in celebration of the 49 years of the CSB and the CES, we therefore find it fitting to commemorate this day with an AVP on the history of the Career Executive Service. Maraming salamat po.
For the past 49 years, the Career Executive Service, or CES, has provided a home for the community of competent and committed public servant leaders known as CESOs, men and women who serve at the front lines of national development and as the vanguards of nation building. A brainchild and legacy of the late President Ferdinand E. Marcos, the CES was created through Integrated Reorganization Plan in 1972 and operationalized on November 14, 1973 to form a continuing pool of well-selected and development-oriented administrators who shall provide competent and faithful service. The institution was to be called the Career Executive Service Board, or the CESB. The CESB is mandated to form a continuing pool of well-selected and development-oriented career administrators who shall provide competent and faithful service, while its vision is to provide leadership and continuity in governance, imbue relevance, build collaboration, and inspire trust in achieving national development goals hand in hand with political leaders, the bureaucracy, and the citizens. Its mission, on the other hand, is to maintain continuity and stability in the civil service and serve as a critical link between government and the Filipino people. It is likewise tasked to infuse its ranks with well-selected and development-oriented leaders and through them bring change, expertise, and leadership for a responsive public service. Led by eminent thought leaders of our times, the Career Executive Service Board, or CESB, is tasked to promulgate rules, standards, and procedures on the selection, classification, compensation, and career development of members of the CES. Through its rigid selection process and career development programs, the CESB advocates careerism in the upper echelon of the civil service, where government executives are appointed to CES positions not through patronage but through merit and fitness.
The CESB policies have evolved over the years to adapt to the changing times. Until 1986, the Career Executive Service Development Program, a training program administered by the Development Academy of the Philippines, was the mode of entry to the CES. Initially open to incumbents of CES positions, the CESDP paved the way for the first examination-based screening system administered by the Career Executive Service Board. In 1988, the CESB launched the first nationwide examination that started the wider competitive selection process. Since then, CES eligibility is acquired through the four-stage CES eligibility examination process composed of written examination, assessment center, validation of on-the-job performance, and interview.
The CES legacy of executive development program continues. Anchored on the CES core competency framework, the CESB has nurtured thousands of public servant leaders through its innovative and responsive capacity building programs. The Leadership and Management Proficiency Program, with its three-pronged framework of knowing oneself or the salamin, relating with others or the diwa, and leading the organization or the gabay, has honed individuals who were later on distinguished as exemplars and paragons of the Philippine civil service. The CESB also offers seminars, workshops, and conferences aimed at promoting the holistic development and lifelong learning of its members. The performance of CESOs are evaluated annually through the Career Executive Service Performance Evaluation System. Through the years, the community has also honored those who exemplified the best in public service through its recognition programs, the Gawad CES, a presidential award, and the CES Very Innovative Person and Outstanding Cost-Effective Officers Awards. The roster of exemplars continues to grow as it inspires more men and women to a committed public service. Today, the CES community stands strong and resilient. It remains to be the home of leaders who are proud and united in their commitment to serve the nation and the Filipino people, regardless of the challenges that lay ahead. The CESB Secretariat, through its 5 working divisions, is future-ready, with CESB programs available through digital platforms and its processes ISO certified. Their services remain accessible to the community at all times.
Moving forward, we envision a stronger CES system through policy reforms that would allow the bureaucracy to build the critical mass of CESOs and eligibles who will deliver competent, honest, and professional service to our people. As we prepare to celebrate our 50th golden anniversary in 2023 under the term of President Ferdinand Marcos Jr., we reaffirm our commitment to the values and principles that inspire our home, which is the CES. Paglilingkod, katapatan, at pagmamahal sa bayan.
A round of applause for the continuing efforts and success of the CES. Thank you, Executive Director Cosare Ballesteros. At this juncture, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to again invite Chairperson Carlo Alexei Nograles to please do the honor of introducing our guest of honor.
Mga kababayan, ladies and gentlemen, the President of the Republic of the Philippines, His Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.
Thank you. Please be seated. Please be seated. Thank you, Chairman Carlo Nograles, the Chairperson of the Civil Service Commission. My lagi kong sundo whenever I come through here is our good mayor, Mayor Imelda Calixto Rubiano, the Executive Director, Maria Marcy Cosare Ballesteros, the President of the Development Academy of the Philippines, Attorney Engelbert Cardonan, the Undersecretary Menrado Pangulayan, Ms. Milan Havellano, Chairperson of the Organization Development Practitioners Network, Deputy Executive Director Eric Jan Macapagal, fellow workers in government, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I am delighted to be with all of you today as we celebrate the 49th founding anniversary of the Career Executive Service Board and launch this year's Career Executive Service Lifelong Learning for Leadership Congress. It is very important that we are of the belief and have the practice of looking to continuously learning and retraining. And now ang buzzword ngayon is upskilling and reskilling. It is an extremely important aspect to the service that we give because of this very quickly changing world after the pandemic and in light of the Ukraine conflict. It is my firm belief that the state has the responsibility to mold its citizens into champions of effective leadership and good government. That is why it is very pleasing to see that the Career Executive Service Board has championed this cause of ensuring a professional and reliable career executive service. This contributes greatly to the achievement of the country's national development goals. Today's CESCO is also testament to the CESB's commitment to my administration's 8-point socio-economic agenda. The agenda aims to unite the nation, moving forward, to adopt a whole-of-nation approach. It is essentially the approach that we have applied to all public service and all government work. This whole-of-nation approach is used to implement our government development goals, the delivery of social services, and to institute a more people-oriented bureaucracy. This year's theme, Bounce Back Better, is inspiring. It inspires our career executive service officers and eligibles to be more efficient, to be more proactive in their mandates, and more unwavering in the face of the daunting yet fulfilling challenge of nation building. As you hold this year's event, let me put out another challenge and challenge you to learn from each other and to utilize the invaluable learnings and best practices highlighted in this Congress towards effecting the changes we would like to see in our country. I have just returned from the summits of the ASEAN and the conference of the APEC leaders. And it has been a very interesting, experience in that, for one thing, that the leaders seem to agree on what the problems are and the directions that we should take moving forward. But the common consensus amongst all of us is that we have to think very, very hard about what the new economy will look like, what government will look like in response to that new economy. What are the services in government that will become easier, which will become harder? And which areas of development are going to become less important, and which sectors of the economy are going to become more important? And for us in government, we must adjust accordingly. One of the centerpieces of my economic plan is to encourage the interaction and the partnership between public sector and the private sector. And to do that properly, we in the bureaucracy must be able to handle the new ways of doing business. We have to be able to, we have to know the different ways that now other countries are doing business, that other governments are doing business, so that number one, we will be coordinated with them, but secondly, so that we will be well positioned for our people to take advantage of these new, of the new economy, the new opportunities, the new possible investments in human capital. And for me, the most important part of all of this that we are talking about in the new economy, the new post-pandemic global economy, is the most important part is going to be how innovative we are and how agile we are. And that is going to determine whether or not we will be able to adjust to all of these fast-moving events that have affected us without any control coming from us. And so the continuous training is going to be an important part of the whole process. because we will do things differently from before. Digitalization, as mentioned by the chairman, is certainly a very, very important first step. It is a necessary first step. If we do not digitalize properly, we do not digitalize and digitize properly government function, we will never catch up. May iwanan tayo ng ating mga karatig bansa. Kaya't kailangan matuto na tayo. At magaling naman ng Pilipino diyan. It's just a question of us, who call ourselves the leaders in government. It is up to us to provide them that training. We have to give them that training. And we have to have the capability for training all our people so that the work that we do is more efficient and is more responsive to the actual situation that is being faced by the bureaucracy and by the citizens. But let me use this opportunity to congratulate the 96 new CESs who recently passed the CES eligibility examination. You will now join the country's prestigious pool of career executive service officials and candidates who will be integral to the realization of our goal to have an agile and responsive bureaucracy. All of you have my trust and my confidence. I therefore hope that you will join me in reinventing this bureaucracy. Let us reinvent ourselves and reinvent the bureaucracy. Let me also reiterate that for this administration, the welfare of our people and the improvement of their lives are of utmost importance, and that's as it should be. But as we take the daunting task that is ahead of us, I ask you to actively take part in pursuing this administration's 8-point socio-economic agenda, policies that promote social justice, ensure food security, accelerate progress, protect our environment, and address climate change. Remember that we are here not for our own gain. We are here to bring forth a government that provides for the needs of the people. Most importantly, let us be vigilant against temptation and corruption and other acts that diminish the public trust. I am optimistic our CESOs and CESs, together with their colleagues, will lead by example and inspire our fellow civil servants to be dedicated, able, fearless, and honest in serving our people. Moving forward, I ask all of you to remain united in strengthening the institutional capacity. I know I'm being repetitive about this, but it is really central to our success. The institutional capacity, the development of human capital, the retraining, the upskilling, the reskilling, all of these things need to be done. We have a brave new world that we have to face, and we have to be brave in facing it. So we improve the institutional capacity of the CESB as we pursue much needed reforms and continue to implement the effective programs that we have begun. I assure you of this administration's strong commitment to enhancing all the advantages that we can to our civil servants, such as social working conditions, social growth, professional advancement of all our career executive officials. I'm also aware of the issues affecting the CESB, starting with Memorandum Circular number 3. As we walked in together with the chairman, and he said, "Oh, here they all are, the CESOs and the CESs, all the ones who are hoping to stay on." Well, let me assure our Career Executive Service Board and the affected CESs occupying third-level positions in the government that the Office of the President is going to review the said memorandum and look into the other hurdles faced by many CESs in obtaining CES eligibility. Let's work together. This is the kind of thing that we need. I, as leader, as president, I cannot do my work without all of you. And that's why you must be the best that you can be. We must give you the best conditions, the best training, the best capabilities, and that is my job. And that is why I need to hear from you. I need to hear from the leadership of the civil service. And that way, this partnership that we will bring together will have a synergy that will be felt by every Filipino. So together, let us address the growing needs of our fellow Filipinos. Let's provide them with the opportunity to lead meaningful and dignified lives. With your invaluable help and support, I'm confident we can bring forth the future we want to see and build a better, brighter, more prosperous Philippines in the years ahead. Maraming salamat po. Mabuhay po kayong lahat at magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat.
Thank you very, very much, Mr. President. What a truly inspiring message. We are now going to have photo opportunities with our guest of honor, beginning with the CES officials. May I invite our CES officials to please make your way on stage. Stage right, please, for the photo opportunities. May I ask our senior CESOs to please stand by. Stage right. Senior CESOs, please stand by. Stage right. That is batch 2 and 3. Making their way on stage now is batch 1, our CES officials. Once again, all CES officials, please make your way on stage for the batch 1 photo. Smile for the camera. Thank you very much, CES officials. Now, we would like to invite our senior CESOs, batch 2. Batch 2, senior CESOs, please. We have more space at the right side of the stage. Thank you very much. Let's fill up the space at the right side of the stage. Thank you. Everyone squeeze in. Please smile for the photo. Thank you very much, batch 2. You may now exit the stage, and we invite batch 3 to please proceed on stage. Batch 3 is another group of our senior CESOs. May I invite the CESB Secretariat, batch 4 and 5, to please stand by, stage right. CESB Secretariat, please stand by, stage right. Thank you. On stage, we have batch 3. That is our senior CESOs. More room at the right side of the stage, please. Please proceed to the right side of the stage. Thank you. Again, please squeeze in. Get ready to smile for the photo. Smile. Thank Thank you very much, Batch 3. To our senior CESOs, maraming salamat po. And now, we have the CESB Secretariat, Batch 4. Here we go. CESB Secretariat, first batch, making their way on stage. More room at the right side of the stage, please. May we ask the gentlemen to please proceed to the right side of the stage? There's more room right side of the stage. Thank you. Squeeze in, everyone, and smile.
The stars are brightly shining. It is the...
Ayun. Okay, so yun mga kaibigan, napanood natin, no? Napakinggan yung ginawa pong CESO seminar. Yan po para sa mga government offices, no? Sa mga government official na siyempre gusto mapaigting pa yung kanilang kaalaman, no? Ito yung may kaugnayan pa rin siyempre sa pagiging public servant. Kaya kung mapapansin nyo yung iba sa mga opisina, councilor, mayor o police, nakalagay doon, lima, Police Colonel Alex Daniel, CESO 1 or 2. Sabihin, nakapag-take siya ng seminar na yon o schooling. At meron po certification yun or di ko alam kung no, basta meron po, kaya nga nakalagay po yun, naka-indicate sa kanilang mga huli ng pangalan nila, CESO na yan. Karir po yan para sa mga public official o government official. Okay mga kaibigan, alas 8:38 na po ng gabi Philippine Standard Time. At ang panghuli po mga kaibigan, itunghay natin yung ginawa pong pahayag o mensahe nitong HWPL sa Korea, kung di ako nagkakamali. No? Panoorin po natin mga kaibigan kung ano po naging mensahe.
Shincheonji, the Church of Jesus, has experienced an explosive growth of 4,500 times in 35 years since its foundation. Shincheonji Church of Jesus, founded in 1984 in Kwachon, South Korea through Chairman Man-hee Lee and the 12 tribes, has its headquarters based in the major cities of Korea. The official name is Shincheonji Church of Jesus, the Temple of the Tabernacle of the Testimony. Here, Shincheonji is an abbreviation of New Heaven and New Earth, which means that a new era has come to the world of faith. Church of Jesus means that the owner of the church is Jesus. The Tabernacle of Testimony is the name recorded in Revelation 15, which means to see, hear, and testify regarding the reality of New Testament prophecies. Like the church name, the organizational structure of Shincheonji, the Church of Jesus, is based on the Bible. With chairman being the center pillar, there are 24 departments in charge of administration and 7 education centers like 7 Eyes. In addition, there are 12 tribe leaders that inherited the names of Jesus' 12 disciples, who became the cornerstones of heaven. This is a model of the spiritual realm shown in Revelation chapter 4. Just as Moses built the tabernacle according to what God had shown him 3,500 years ago, and as Jesus has done all the work according to what God had shown him at the first coming. Shincheonji Church of Jesus is strictly based on the words of the Bible, thoroughly from name to organization. In Revelation 22 verse 16, Jesus promised to send a messenger for the churches to speak his words at the second coming. Chairman Man-hee Lee was sent according to this promise, and he is telling believers around the world about the fulfillment of Jesus' second coming that he saw and heard, and the true meaning of the 66 books in the Bible. According to the teachings of Jesus, who said to freely give the water of life, Chairman Lee is running the Zion Christian Mission Center around the world free of charge. In the new contactless society, the online mission center was opened recently, opening its door wide open for anyone who wants to listen to the Word of God taught by Shincheonji. Believers who have heard clear biblical evidence that cannot be heard anywhere else and confirmed the reality of the New Testament prophecy that emerged rush to Shincheonji, the Church of Jesus. The culture of the life of faith in the congregation members of Shincheonji, who are nurtured by the absoluteness of God's Word, is clearly revealed through the attendance rate.
The congregation members of Shincheonji, Church of Jesus, are all keeping service on Wednesdays and Sundays. We have received the highest truth in the 6,000 years of the Bible. And God, Jesus, and the angels are with us. This is what Shincheonji, Church of Jesus, is proud of.
You can't be lazy in learning and mastering the 66 books of the Bible. The congregation members of Shincheonji are working on their ability to preach the word of the Bible as children of God. A true proving ground to check your skills. The new covenant fulfillment exam is administered in each tribe. All members of Shincheonji, from students to seniors, take online exams every month to check on their faith. A church is a place where people gather to teach the word. Shincheonji Church of Jesus is the true church where the words of God and Jesus flow out. The prophecy of the New Testament ends with the creation of a world of peace in which God dwells upon. Shincheonji Church of Jesus brings a beautiful world on this earth where God can come down upon.
Isn't it right for us to give the world back to God? Because the world that has been so gracious to many was originally from God. Therefore, God can come down and reign over, right? That's the work that we are fulfilling today.
Shincheonji Church of Jesus first visited places in need of help throughout the country and offered a warm hand. Each organization and association recognizes its contributions and awarded an appreciation plaque to the volunteers of Shincheonji Church of Jesus, which has been the most consistent and dedicated compared to any other organization in the world. Even now, those who seek the truth are gathered here, where the true meaning of the Bible is. A believer that shines the light to the world based on the correct biblical knowledge and faith, you can be the main character too.
person will be a better person. To Shincheonji, hooray!
brightly shining. It is the night of the dear Savior's birth.
Okay, so yun mga kaibigan, natunghayan po natin yung ginawang video PowerPoint, no? Ng HWPL, yung Season G Church of Jesus, na ito may kaugnayan pa rin sa world peace, no? Na pangkalahatan, no? At bago tayo tuloy na magpaalam mga kaibigan, ay happy viewing muna at listening kina Duaira, ano to? Uwanan. No, nanonood pa ho mula pa ho sa bansang Dubai. No, magandang gabi po. Assalamualaikum, Duaira Uwanan. At sa Kuwait naman ay si Nur Tularan at Ate Imelda Tabaw Sares. Ayan, magandang gabi po sa inyo. Dahil naman sa Kuwait yun. At sa Olongapo City naman, si Karing Kabato Kamilit at si Kuya Jonas Kabato, no, ng Kuala Lumpur. Ayun, nandun po siya sa Kuala Lumpur. Ano, isipin nyo. Ha? Kuwait, Kuala Lumpur, Dubai. Ha? Yan po ang ating mga viewers. Ha? Meron pang anong lugar yun, Kuya Mikey? Taiwan. Meron po si ano naman yun, si Ate Shane Unified Eagles Wing. Yan, ang nanonood sa atin ngayon. Oo, sa Paranaque, sino? Si Lilian Dumasig, no? Si Ate Lilian, ha? Oo, si Ate Lilian Dumasig, ayan. Okay, sa mga kaibigan, pansamantala po ay magpapaalam muna kami at wawakasan namin ang programang Tropa ngayon pong araw ng Huwebes, ika-24 ng buwan ng Nobyembre. Sinong Mariano? At maraming salamat muna kay Kuya Alex Daniel. No, ulitin natin po yung mga magme-message sa inyo na nagpapakilala na siya si Eagle Alex Daniel ay wag po kayong maniwala. No? Hindi po totoo siya yon. Kaya i-verify niyo po muna na kung talaga siya yon bago po kayo kung manghihingi man ng pera ay hindi lalo ho siya yon. At wag ho kayo maniwala na siya yon. No? Kasi gagamit ulit yung picture niya Ano ba nangyayari FB? Bakit gano'n nagagamit ang picture ng iba para makapanloko? Kala ko ba mahigpit kayo? Yung amin lang page dati, binlock nyo Nasa sobrang higpit nyo. Ngayon, itong mga nangyayaring ganito, ba't hindi nyo magawa ng paraan? Kala ko ba mahigpit kayo? At magandang gabi rin kay Eagle Darius Mariano. Maraming salamat. No? At si Vice Governor Edwin Salve ng Central Luzon Region 45, bang, bang, bang. Yan. At si Ate Janessa Empal, ayan, maraming salamat din. Si Kuya Jonas Mariano. Ayun, si Ambin Vito Ranese, si Kuya Ambin, maraming salamat sa pagpasyal mo. At maraming din salamat sa papizza mo. Ayun, palakpakan mo nga. Sino pa ba? Si Angelito Kudarat Nonok, ayan. Magandang gabi rin sa iyo ng NCR 35, Bayani Eagles Club. At sino pa ba? Alberto Manambay. At siyempre si Ate Shane Unified Eagles Wing. At Kuya Bin Pasya. Ayun, si Kuya Bin Pasya po, no? Ang kuya rin natin. At least nakapanood niya si Kuya Bin. Kumusta ba, Kuya Bin? At ganun din si sabi ni Mariano Erson, magandang gabi po, Bro Rosel. Greetings from all officers and members ng MCO o Malabon Community Organization. Yan po yung sinasabi namin sa inyo, no? Na grupo pong malaki sa Malabon City, itong MCO o Malabon Community Organization. At pagkatapos na po itong ating mga trabaho dito, itong season na ito, ay magmi-meeting po kami ni Utol Mariano Herson. At yung pong kanyang grupo ay itatay up po natin sa Philippine Eagles. Kaya yung kanyang grupong 400 na miyembro ay hahati-hatiin natin para maging miyembro ng Philippine Eagles. Ayan, sino pa bang hindi natin nakakalimutan? Baka may nakalimutan pa tayo, ha? Si Kuya Rex Samson, ayan, nanonood din si Kuya Rex. Gayun din si Kuya Rosendo Manligues. Ayan, magandang gabi sa iyo, Kuya. At si Kuya Binyo, si Kuya Bimpasya na nabati na. Si Mariano Herson, ayan, si Utol Mariano. At si Miss Jackie Nagpawadahar ng Pilwatts, no, ng Abot Kamay. Magandang gabi, maraming salamat. At sino pa ba? Wala na. Wala na tayong nakalimutan. At syempre po, condolence din po sa family nila Miss Jackie Lagpawadahar, no, kakila ka Randel Villados dahil namayapa na po yung lola ng ating kasama na si Randel Villados. Condolence sa iyo, Kuya Randel. At siguro makakasaglit tayo dyan, baka sumaglit tayo, no? Medyo hectic din eh. Okay mga kaibigan, sa oras na alas 8:43 po ng gabi Philippine Standard Time ay magpapaalam muna po inyong lingkod. Ako inyong naging kasama, kakwentuhan, kajamming, kakosa, kabarangay dito po sa programang Tropa. Siyempre dito lang sa Millennial Online TV, ang News Online TV ng bagong milenyo, ROCEL Lopez. At nakasama natin sa technical side ang ating sidekick na si Mikey, na bukas po ay magang gigising dahil pupunta po ng Philippine General Hospital para bibiyakin na yata yung anak niya, yung kamay simento. Ano ba yung sinasabi ko? Kasi due date na kasi masama ring matagal ho yun. Kaya bukas bibiyakin na yung simento nung nasa braso ng anak niya. Okay mga kaibigan, magandang gabi po sa inyo lahat, sa mga kuya at ate, at syempre sa aming governor ng CLR 45, Governor Rafael Agkawili, at ang aming Vice Governor na si Vice Governor Edwin Salve. Muli po, ang inyong lingkod, ROCEL Lopez. Magandang gabi Pilipinas at mapayapang magdamag. Magandang gabi po.
Now,
Talakay!
Rebisahin, opinyon, manawagan, aksyonan. Kasama si Rosel Lopez, ang inyong katropa sa pagbabalita. Dito lang sa Millennial Online TV. Tutok na mga katropa!
We dedicate fraternal love, service for the good of all humanity. Where eagles, the Philippine eagles, lasting peace, a noble nation. Where eagles, pursue our people, pillars of the nation. For brotherhood we work and serve, peace, equality, and unity. Faced with the zeal of human care, we will share our lives to keep our liberty. We're eagles, the Philippine eagles, lasting peace, our noble nation. We're eagles, friends to our people, pillars of the nation. Diyos at makakayan, nagbibigay sila lakas ng kaisipan. Andong namin ay pagmamahalan, naglilingkod para sa sangkatauhan. Ang agila, Pinoy na agila, inaasam ay kapayapaan. Ang agila, Pinoy na agila, haligid ang ating bayan. Nag-aalay ng kapatiran, magkakaisa kapayapaan. Maglingkod sa kapwa aming nagika, buhay nihahandog ang maging malaya. Ang agila, Pinoy na agila, inaasam ay kapayapaan. Ang agila, Pinoy na agila, haligid ang ating bayan. Nag-aalay ng kapatiran, pagkakaisa, kapayapaan. Maglikod sa kapwa aming nagika, buhay ihandog upang maging malaya.
ikaw ba'y nag-iisa?
Now, we are
Talakayin,
Biggest destruction of dangerous drugs worth 1.2
rebisahin, opinyon, manawakin, aksyonan. Kasama si Rocel Lopez, ang inyong katropa sa pagbabalita. Dito lang sa Millennial Online TV. Tutok na mga katropa!
Hanap mo ba ay Unwind Ventures? Tara nang mamangha sa mga tanawin. Ano man ang iyong travel goals? Dadalhin namin kayo. Sa Unwind Ventures at saya. Dito lang sa Wow Biyahe. Kaya wow, di ba?
Abangan dito lang sa Millennial Online TV. Nagbabasa ka pa ba ng dyaryo? O nakikinig ka pa ba ng radyo? Kung ngayon, lahat yan ay mapapakinggan nyo na sa inyong mga cellphone. Dahil online na tayo, mga kamilenyo. Kaya manood, makinig dito sa Millennial Online TV.
Rider, sumalpok sa
Kaya
poste ng
i-follow, like, subscribe, at i-share na mga katropa. Pinaigting, pinalakas ang bagong news online TV ng bagong milenyo. Millennial Online TV, ang katropa mo sa pagbabalita.
Hi, this is Hilary Gadon. Nananawagan ako sa ating mga katropa, no? At mga kaibigan, mga kababayan, na palaging tumutok sa
Millennial
Online TV. At yan ay pinangunahan at yan ay pinangangasiwaan ng aking kaibigan na si Rocel. At ang mga nanunood dyan ay hindi bobo!
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Kayang magiliw, elas ang sinakalan, alam ng puso, sa dikit mo'y buhay. Upang hinirang, kuya ka ng magiting, sa manlulupin, di ka pasisigiw, sa nagatak tutok sa simoy at sa langit ng bangaw, ay hinatang tulad, awit sa pagkayang minamahal. Ang isang lang matawad mo'y tagumpay na nagtitindig, ang bituin at araw niya kailan pamay magtitindig. Luman ang araw ng warhabit pagsinta, buhay langit sa piling mo. Ang inigaya ng pagkay mga amin, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Sa lahat ng bumubuo ng Millennial Online TV at sa lahat po ng sumusuporta, maraming salamat po. Millennial Online TV is now signing off.